What's up, everybody? Not the usual type of video. I want to do a little bit more of these off-the-cuff video essays just to, I think, talk about changes that might be happening in my heart, in my head, based on a lot of the music that you guys suggest and recommend to me. As you guys know, a big part of this channel has just been learning of new things, and because of my life experiences, these certain things just made sense, but for some reason, I never exposed myself to them. I've always been a deep thinker, and then someone noticed that in some things that I did, and they told me that I have to listen to the band Tool because I was really into Carl Jung and things like that, and gosh, it hit me hard. A lot of people talked about how much I loved, I was loving the blues and blues guitarists and blues artists, and how much I believe that storytelling is the only thing that can actually change our minds. So they were like, you have to just give country a chance. Shout out to like the OG person who noticed that. His name's Danny Logan, just a good long friend of the channel. And I gave country a chance after just dogging on it over and over throughout my life because it was a cool thing to do. And lo and behold, I fell in love with country. So much so that my family and I moved more to the countryside. So that's been completely unexpected. But I want to talk a little bit about classic rock. So many of you, I don't like Lori and my EP Brian, Larry, Mr. Ortman, so many, I shouldn't start naming names because I'm going to leave people out. I think you guys noticed how much I value just authenticity and rawness and pure, true talent. And in this day of, you know, the AI stuff and things like that. And I say this as someone who sells AI tools for productivity to the government. There's so many places where it's taking away our humanity, and all of these tools that we come out in life should only make us more and more human. But there are places where it doesn't happen. What's an example of that? Literally YouTube. They use AI to find if you use copyrighted stuff in your videos, which actually makes a lot of sense. But then there's a lot of AI tools being used that are getting people's channels canceled. And I'm gonna be real with you, that is a fear of mine. You guys in the channel have saved my life, frankly, from financial ruin when things in selling are super, super slow and tough. So that's a place where we need more of the human touch. When you use AI for straight through processing like that, not just empowering the human in the loop, things get screwed up. Geez, what I just said clearly shows that's my pitch at work, by the way, my goodness. But anyway, we listen to this music that many of you recommend because of your age, right? I say this in the nicest way. Most of you guys who watch my channel are boomers. I love the boomers. My wife and I joke about my spirit animal is like a 67-year-old white guy. I don't know why. It's my favorite people in the world. And you guys tell me about the experiences that you had and music and how important music was in the movements you guys were all involved in, and we go and listen to it. And with lack of a better term, I have almost spiritual religious experiences listening to some of this music and watching these live performances that you guys grew up with. And I think what this echoes, which is what the point I'm trying to make with this video, I think all of us just are craving more and more human experiences, and overly processed, unnatural, inauthentic anything does not provide a human experience. Things that you feel in your bones. I always get the chills when I listen to some of the music you guys sent to me, and maybe in special occasions, like it goes through my whole face and it feels unbelievable. And I'd like to believe that there isn't gonna be some sort of AI song or anything that even comes close to capturing this feeling and evoke that feeling. But I mean, I guess we'll see, but I highly doubt it. There's a story with this, whether you're religious or not, just this story. There's a story in the Bible, and I'll even butcher it for us to feel like I'm not getting to, you know, anything, but there's swine, and there's a person who was just barely possessed by a devil. And when the devil is cast out of him by Jesus, the devil possesses swine. What does this teach? The human experience, when we are able to feel everything, is so coveted by a personage without a body that they'll even go into swine to experience something like it. And one of the biggest temptations of the devil is for us to not use and experience what we were meant to experience as humans of flesh and bone. The most coveted thing are our bodies and this experience that we have. And a lot of the things that are distracting, and I will say maybe more my generation or the generation that precedes me, a lot of these temptations are for us to lose control or the feeling of these bodies of ours. Like, I'm guilty of this too, but I'll play too much video games, and again, they're fun, and a lot of the storytelling they have are incredible, but if I play so much, I'm not experiencing true, I don't, what would be the best word there? Actually, comment down below. But nothing of actual substance, nothing that will change me. Whenever I've gotten, really out of shape and I'm not taking good care of myself, that tiredness and all of that, what happened? I lost my ability to feel and have these human experiences. Being drunk is oftentimes compared to being possessed by a devil. You know what I mean? We're not in control. We're not actually experiencing and feeling the thing. It is wild to me that as I put on a YouTube video from one of these incredible performances, like let's look back to what's the most successful video of this channel has been when I first watched Queen's Live Aid performance. What's wild is that through a medium, through my screen and my sound system, everything like that, that concert changed me. I was inspired to develop mastery, and same with so many things that we watch. And a lot of it, most of these experiences that have given me this is music and these performances from, again, knowing the demographics of my channel, most of you older folks, these performances from your 60s, 70s, 80s, watching Led Zeppelin perform Stairway to Heaven, listening to, for the first time ever, Sultans of Swing by the Dire Straits, watching that performance of when The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Again, listening to this band with fiddles and all these things that I would have made fun of, and I was just so amazed at the talent that I was so uplifted and inspired. I rode that high for days, man. I mentioned Tool earlier. Their music just hit me. And then a few very, very generous souls invited me to join them at a Tool concert, and I've now gone to 3 Tool concerts, and it was a spiritual experience with metal music. Wild, absolutely wild. I just wanted to verbalize some of these thoughts of how can you and I make sure we have more and more human experiences that we feel, that beauty becomes a conduit to it. Good music is one of those things, and thankfully, again, we have YouTube and things like that to experience those things. And I mean, luckily, and it goes against a little bit of what I said, but luckily that chills that experience I can still have watching and listening to it on my screen, and not necessarily have to go to the concert, thankfully. But I also think I need to make more of an effort to go watch live performances. You know what I mean? You know how our phones show how much battery is left? Our brains are the same way. And the more we just consume garbage throughout the day, that battery gets down, down, down. And there comes a point where you're in low power mode and your phone is just not working optimally. Our brains, the more I listen to a lot of these podcasts about health and whatnot, our brains function that same way. If I'm listening and consuming too much content that makes me angry and thinking about conspiracy theories and all of these things too much, whether those people are right or wrong or crazy, whatever, nonetheless, it takes away from that energy that we then are not able to have the human experience. So wanted to invite you, join me. Let's protect our battery here, not waste it on things that just drain us. But when that battery is high, go and have human experience, feeling with beauty, with music, with good art, with good stories. And when we consume that stuff at a higher, battery level, we can be made better people. Comment down below, what are some things that help you just keep this thing protected? What are some other live performances or songs from y'all's era or any era that we need to be checking out? My good friend Brian on the channel has been pointing me to some great performances of today, right? He's helped me see, like, Billie Eilish is actually pretty great. I'm not saying anything political. Some of you guys also got mad that I liked Billie Eilish because she went, we're talking art here. Incredible. And honestly, I should use the same defense for, I watched this Justin Timberlake, Chris Stapleton Say Something video. Yeah, he's had DUIs. Yeah, Justin Timberlake's had help. Man, if people saw me at my worst, like, people would be, I try to not do this because I know how bad I am and how much grace I need. But those, like, huge shining light, Oliver Anthony, we can't give up on the modern generation. There is, I think, in this day where AI is exploding, I do think we're going to have some of the most real, authentic music that we've had in a long time. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. But again, like I was saying, what are some other performances that we should be checking out that remind us that there's greatness out there and to have these experiences? Please let me know. And anyway, just thank you so much for joining me on this little rant here, for watching the channel. Check out the description down below to find other of our sponsors to see how you can help yourself while helping us out. Also check out our Life of Duran channel. My wife is the one that handles that, Allie, and we're doing more just family vlog stuff there. Not to get famous, not to do all these things, just we want to have a good record of the amazing things God gave us. And heck, join us. Maybe there's something, maybe there's some peace and respite in watching that stuff with us. Our kids are real cute. Much love, guys. Till the next one.